and welcome back to Classic Times. Today I'll be going through stage 11 of the Cambridge Latin course, and I'll be explaining the topics of dative verbs and questions. Okay, let's begin. Dative verbs. So in Latin, most verbs require a direct object in the accusative case. However, some verbs require their direct objects to be in the dative case. These such verbs are marked in our textbook with a plus DAT for dative in brackets. An example of which is credo, meaning I trust. So if we have a look at a sentence in Latin, cives candidato fauent, this can be translated literally with the dative as the citizens give support to the candidate, but more naturally as the citizens support the candidate. So you don't have to reflect the direct object being in the dative case in your translation, as you can translate more literally as I've done on the bottom line of this slide. Okay, so now let's have a quick recap of the dative endings. In the first declension, the singular form ends in AE, and the plural form ends in IS. In the second declension, the singular ends in an O, and the plural, just like it does in the first declension plural, ends in IS. And lastly, in the third declension, the singular form ends in I, and the plural ends in ibus. So if you haven't already, try to learn these endings. So now let's move on to have a look at a few question words. Quis means who. Quid means what. Cur means why. And ubi means where. Now let's take a look at a few more important question words. The word num indicates a question that expects a no answer and is translated with the words surely not. So in this example, num Quintus est servus, this means surely Quintus is not a slave, and of course he isn't. The word nonne indicates a question that expects a yes response and is translated by the word surely. So in this example, nonne Quintus est fortis, this means surely Quintus is brave, and of course he is. And finally, the suffix ne is attached to the first word of a sentence and indicates a question that expects either a yes or no response. It can simply be translated as a simple question. For example, esne Quintus in colina. This means, is Quintus in the kitchen? And this could be a yes or a no answer. Make sure you note the subtle but key difference between num and nonne. I sometimes get confused between the two, so be sure to distinguish between surely and surely not when translating. Okay, well done for getting through all the grammar. Now let's have a look at some vocab. Capit means takes. A civis is a citizen. Convenit means gathers or meets. Credit is trusts or believes. De is about. Favet means supports. Invitat is invites. It means goes. Legit reads. Liberalis generous. Minime no. Murus is a wall. Noster means hour. Nunc is now. Placet means it pleases. Primus is first. promitit, promises. Pugna is a fight. Senator, that's a nice easy one to remember, means senator. Solicitous is worried or anxious. Stultus means stupid. Wale is goodbye. Werberat is strikes or beats. And a wer is a man. Now let's have a look at a few examples of dative verbs. Nos pictori credimus. We give our trust to the baker. Or more naturally, we trust the baker. De nobis imperium dant. The gods give an empire to us. De vobis nihil dant. The gods give nothing to you. Here are some examples of questions. Quis est Quintus? Who is Quintus? Quid tu facis? What are you doing? Ubi est annulus? Where is the ring? Cur tu lacrimas? Why are you crying? I would now like you to have a go at translating the following sentences. So pause the video and have a go at those. Now let's go through the answers. Tu pecuniam debes. Do you owe money? Placne tibi. Is it pleasing me? Or, more naturally, does it please me? Wasne estis contenti. Are you satisfied? Well done if you got all of those right. And if you got all three right, you should feel especially proud, because these were some hard sentences, combining both of the areas of grammar. So I know I've just got you to do some examples, but I'd now like you to have a go at even more. Sorry about the workload, but these will help you to improve at Latin, I promise. So pause the video and have a go at this list of examples of questions. Sorry about the amount of work. Okay, let's go through the answers. A. Cur tu in horto laboras? Why are you working in the garden? B. Quis est athleta ille? Who is that athlete? C. Tu discum habes? Do you have a discus? D. Wasne estis irati? Are you, plural, angry? E. Ubi sunt mercatores? Where are the merchants? F. Quid quaeris domina? What are you searching for, mistress? G. Tune Pompeianus es? Are you Pompeianus? H. Quis vinum portat? Who is carrying the wine? I. Canam paras? Are you preparing dinner? Or do you prepare dinner? J. Ubi sumus? Where are we? So give yourself a score out of 10. If you scored above 7, consider that an excellent mark. So we've now covered stage 11, so let's summarise. Dative verbs. As already discussed, most verbs in Latin require a direct object in the accusative, but some verbs require their direct object to be in the dative case. And you can translate these literally with the words to or for, or more naturally, as we've seen earlier in this video. And I'd also recommend learning the dative endings for all three declensions if you haven't already. And finally, question words. Try to learn this following list. So, quis is who, quid is what, cur is why, ubi means where, num is surely not, nonne is surely, and ne, if it's added on to the first word of a sentence, doesn't translate to a specific word, but it turns it into a question. And a little hack to distinguish between num and nonne is that num and not are both three-letter words. So num is surely not, and nonne is surely. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video where I'll be explaining stage 12 of the Cambridge Latin course.